Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt. That's all the playbook. Bring you a Week 8 NFL matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions. Now, you look at the Redskins coming to this matchup. Offensively, McNabb's accuracy has to be a question. McNabb has to be accurate with these passes. That way you can hit receivers in stride. They don't have to stop and catch the football. And that's how you keep drives moving. That's how you keep the passing game on schedule. Got to be accurate with these passes, especially this week against a team like Detroit that has two active corners in Alfonso Smith and also Chris Houston, guys that are pesky, that can get in there and make plays on the football. You have to be accurate this week, McNabb. And once you get in the red zone, you still having those red zone struggles. Your red zone offense has to do something this week to generate touchdowns instead of field goals. You don't want to keep a young team like Detroit hanging around in the football game. Otherwise, they can end up beating you in the end, especially playing at home. And you want to isolate C.C. Brown in coverage. It's the weak spot of that secondary that he can't cover, but he is aggressive in run support. But it's up to you guys to find different mismatches to isolate him in the passing game. And multiple formations is really what confuses the defense. And you have a young defensive front with Corey Williams and also Ndamukong Suh. So that's going to neutralize that pressure. Different formations, a lot of unbalance or a lot of spread formation can help you out this week against that defensive line of Detroit. Now, defensively, you got to keep Orakpo on the move. We know where he originally lines up on the right tackle, but keep him on the move this week because you have a young guy back there in Stafford coming back from injury. So you want to keep Orakpo, the feared pass rusher, 7 sacks, on the move. Also, don't over pursue, especially this week in the running game. You have Javid Best, a guy that can hit the creases. He can hit the backside cutback. So you want to make sure you do not over pursue. Otherwise, it could be a long day. Now, Detroit coming to this game, the Lions tight ends versus the Skins safeties and outside linebackers, that's the big matchup. That's always the matchup when you're facing Detroit with Scheffler and Pettigrew. They have to get those tight ends and exploit that matchup with the safeties. And I also look at Dominic Raiola versus Hainsworth. If Raiola can control the middle of that Redskins defense, that's going to make the running game work, especially since Detroit loves to run most of their plays out of the spread formation. It's going to control that line of scrimmage, and that way you'll be effectively able to do whatever you want to do on offense. And you want to keep Calvin Johnson on the move. We know he loves to line up on the field side, but keep him on the move, and that way Washington can't get a bead on where he's lining up. And defensively, you got to get push up the middle. That disrupts McNabb's timing. When you get that push up the middle, he has problems seeing the pressure directly in front of his face. Plus, you'll be able to bat a lot of passes down because McNabb's passes go straight down or beeline. You'll be able to get a lot of tip passes this week. So defensive pressure up the middle. And you look at the key matchup defensively, I think, is Louis Delmas versus McNabb. He's going to have to control McNabb's eyes this week. McNabb is going to give him a shot to make some interceptions, so it's up to Delmas to capitalize on those and keep his eyes on McNabb, but keep everything in front of him and don't let anyone get past because McNabb does have a deep arm. And defensive flow to the run. You want 11 guys to the football, flow toward the run. Game tackle Ryan Terrain, he's a big back, and if you allow him one-on-one opportunities, he can break those and eat up chunks of yards in your defense. I'm going with Detroit in this game. I think the Lions match up real well with the Redskins, and it's all about matchups in the NFL. Look for Detroit to come in. Stafford is back, a strong arm. He's going to be able to have that pinpoint accuracy. That way the running game is going to work. That way the defense is going to be fresh and be able to aggressively rush the passer against McNabb and get that push and collapse the pocket on him. I think Detroit wins this week at home. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL. Or you can visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan.